Hello, hello. What I'd like to design in this video is something that's called a SpillNot. You'll see a little extract of what it is just here. The gist of it is it's a holder that doesn't let the drinks being spilled, thus the name SpillNot. I'll let someone else explain the science behind it. I'm just someone that likes to do 3D printing and I think it's a very cool project. Plus, the second reason for which I really enjoy that kind of stuff is that most people will drink their tea from, well, a cup, very simply, whereas I do drink my teas a lot from glasses, and you can see there is no handle. Thus, when I'm transporting it up the stairs, it does get quite hot, quite toasty, must I say. So, no more chit-chat and on to the design. Okay, so as usual, the design is really straightforward. I don't like to do unnecessarily complicated stuff. So I very simply start by a cylinder that I really flatten as much as possible, kind of makes a disc. And I then bezel all of the sides just to make it nice and pleasant to handle, as you've already seen me do quite a few times now. Next part is the handle. After trying a few different shapes, I ended up going with an octagon for the main rods that make the structure of it. What you see me do there is the cylinder through which the rope is going to go through. The rope being the part that allows the noSpill to reach its own equilibrium on its own, and thus allowing the beverages not to spill. Once I was satisfied with how everything was placed, I started working on the seams between all of the different parts. It's quite important because I did want everything to look nice and flush, but I also wanted the base of the handle and the disc to be nice and strong, this being a potential weak point. If ever you start yanking it or giving it a little bit too much strength, I did not want it to break. That admittedly did take me the most time in the entire design. Now that I was satisfied with the design, and the only thing that was left to do was to 3D print it. And here you see me laying it on the side. There's two reasons for that. The first one is I was a little bit careful with the rigidity of the plastic. Turned out not to be necessary because the plastic was more than strong enough. Printing it lengthwise made the rod of the handle much stronger. The second reason is because this allowed me to minimize the amount of support that was going to be needed, thus also reducing the print time and so on. Okay, print finished. Here's the result. Nice and pleasant, pretty much what I wanted. Just one problem. I must have been very sleepy when I did the measurements, because that is way too tall. So if ever you need to design something, don't design it past midnight. So to fix it, what I did was I copy pasted it, so I had two. I then cut them at different lengths, put them back together to make one object with a shorter handle, and 3D printed it again. Simple as that. Now, for the handle, I'm very simply going to be using some rope. This is your very ordinary rope. I mean, there's nothing more to it. It's slightly more than 30 centimeters in length. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to burn the ends just to make sure that the knot does not come loose. Got a smoke detector right above my head. I just hope it's not going to blast off. It's just to make sure that the knots do not come loose after some time. So just thread it here. Then it's just a very simple knot. I do recommend making a tight knot, as you do not want this knot to come loose when you use the cup holder, because you end up with a very messy stuff. Oh gosh, getting it. Because you end up with something very messy to clean. There you go. This is not going to come loose anytime soon, so I'll probably snip the string just after, and there you go. It works. Now the rope does slip a little bit. It's better, I think, that it does. And as you can see, even when I'm shaking the glass, it stays still. And if you want to know how confident I am in this thing, well, there's all my computers right in front of me in my desk. So, yep, I'm pretty confident. And, if I may say, this is what I call going meta. You put your can in a can-shaped cup, and then you put it in the cup holder. It doesn't fit. Oh, how sad. No, it does not fit. Hashtag fail. I need to take a sip to feel better.